Greetings and welcome to the show. Kamala Harris is leading Donald Trump nationwide by 4 points, according to a startling new survey, while J.D. Vance is losing 1 point of favorability every day, and Trump is crumbling and panicking on a regular basis. What a remarkable turn of events developments in American politics. Let's talk about it in the latest Kos Daily Civiqs poll. Harris-Kamala now has a 49-45 national edge over Donald Trump. This is Kamala Harris's finest performance to date. We will discuss how this fits into the poll average, but what a noteworthy figure that is. Among those, Kamala Harris is ahead of 35-49 by more than 20 points, 18-34. She's ahead by almost 10 points. But Donald Trump still leads that group among people who are 50 years of age and older. 64% of Democratic voters in this same poll expressed satisfaction with Biden's decision to withdraw from the 2024 presidential contest. Merely 11% of Democrats expressed their desire for Biden to continue running. These are astonishing figures. The way that this has affected an average, however, is that if we imagine the average polling as a line, then individual polling would be thought of as points or dots on that line. If we average the results of this Kamala plus 4 survey into the nationwide polls, what we observe is that a string of recent polls has caused Trump's lead in the country to drop by 30% overnight. So let's talk about that. You might remember that just before Joe Biden pulled out of the campaign, Donald Trump was ahead by 2%, or 2.7%. Then Kamala Harris entered, and it was Trump plus 2 most recently. Based on a variety of other surveys that we will examine it shortly, in addition to this most recent Civiqs poll. Now, leading nationally for Donald Trump is 1.4. From 2 to 1.4, there is a 0.6 reduction in the lead. That amounts to 30%. That is a decrease of 30%. Naturally, these are tiny figures. Furthermore, we must acknowledge the limitations of such tiny adjustments. Not all of Kamala Harris's polls are as strong as the Civiqs poll. Earlier, Trump was leading in every poll, if not all of them, by a single vote. Trump plus 4, Kamala plus 4, and Kamala plus 1 are the results of the latest 4 polls. Reuters Ipsos Kamala plus 1 from the Morning Consult survey make up that total, so disregard the specifics. Zoom away. These are the 2 key lessons learned. Anecdotally, Kamala Harris appears to be leading in an increasing number of polls. And according to polling averages, Trump's lead is currently at a single point. Later on in the show, we'll take a closer look at the routes to success because let's face it, a lot of you are probably crying as you listen to me talk about national numbers and saying things like, "David, sir, I respect you so much, and I know that you're putting in the effort and doing the best you can." It's what most of you are thinking. When I listen to podcasts, I'm sure this is what I think. The broadcaster is doing a fantastic job. However, the United States has an electoral college. You would be entirely correct. Whether Kamala Harris wins or loses by a few points in the popular vote, it will almost definitely come down to less than 500,000 votes in 3 to 5 crucial swing states. We will therefore discuss electoral routes to success, approval polling, and a host of other topics later in the broadcast. The fact that we are now receiving specific data points on the overall polling line, where Kamala Harris is leading by 4, is astonishing on its own. Over the next 2 weeks, if this campaign keeps trending in the same direction as it has the past 2, Kamala Harris may have a sizable, statistically significant advantage nationwide. Never get ahead of yourself. As for Kamala Harris, let's discuss the other side of the coin, which is that her stock is still rising.